I believe that fusion is the ultimate answer to the energy problem of the world.
I really want to thank Mr. Augustine and Dr. Moniz for your leadership on fusion energy. We've actually stood up a bipartisan fusion energy caucus here on the Hill. Had a couple of meetings already. And Dr. Moniz, especially, when I talked to my pals at MIT, they said fusion energy, which has been 25 to 50 years away every year for the rest of our lives, is now maybe 5 years away. And the National Academy of Sciences, National Academy came 2 weeks ago and said, the first power plant could be ready by 2035. And yet our private sector folks, people like TAE and Commonwealth Fusion, think much faster. Where's reality lie in terms of commercial delivery of fusion?
Well, first of all, I think as I said earlier, the 5 years, which are being quoted by those two companies and by other companies as well with novel fusion approaches, it really is that within 5 years, we think that we'll have an answer, yes or no, that the scientific challenges required for a fusion power plant will be resolved. If that is resolved, we're optimistic, but if it's resolved positively, I think it's personally, and some of my colleagues on the board may argue with me, but I think it's in the real world, it's got to be at least 10 years to go through the engineering, the licensing, the building, the capital raise to get a power plant. But if we have power plants based on that technology that are coming out in 2035 or even 2040, it is just as I said earlier, a total game changer for where we go with clean electricity, including a game changer on how you would design the grid infrastructure, because having a large number of very small footprint, high output, dispatchable, low carbon power is very, very different system design to having, very, very low energy density, spread out, far from load technology. So it'll be interesting.
What do you think the state of affairs is with regard to fusion as a potential energy source, including low energy nuclear reactions?
Okay, well, let me first declare that I'm on the board of one of the privately funded fusion companies in Southern California. In fact, the fusion, first of all, a lot of people are surprised that fusion has probably attracted, that alternative fusion concepts has probably attracted $1.5 billion of private capital. It's an unknown story, and that's happened because the progress is quite stunning. The company that I'm associated with, TAE, for example, put out a press release last week, kind of admitting that we have reached stable temperatures approaching the 100 million degrees needed for DT fusion. At MIT, there's a spin-out that within months will be testing novel high-temperature superconducting magnets that can make a compact tokamak design feasible. So we are, what I would say is in this decade, we'll know if this dog hunts. And if it does, it is a big, big deal because, of course, it doesn't have the challenges of fission, which is also doing remarkable things, remarkable innovation in advanced small fission reactors. But fusion would be an even greater breakthrough and just change it would literally change the world.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about fusion too.